everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about our work at the TNKATT Classic that we fished at the beginning of September. The day started out really quiet. It's still pitch black when we launched, and for the first 45 minutes there wasn't a lot of activity. But as soon as the sun started to come up and we could see around us, fish started blowing up on the top of the water all around us. We weren't sure what they were, but we knew they were big. These definitely weren't shad or sunfish. These things were coming up and they were blowing up on the top of the water. We didn't know if it was bass or if it was carp or what it was. Shortly after this, there was a large school of shad that moved into the cove that we launched in. And it was so thick that you couldn't see anything else on my dad's sonar. From the very surface to the bottom of the water, it was nothing but shad. And then we noticed that there was stuff running them all over the place. We could see stuff busting up on top of these shad just everywhere. Once this large amount of shad activity started around us, we switched over to shad pattern cranks and shad colored Ned rigs, just trying to get something to hit our baits that was hunting all of these shad. They were everywhere, blowing up, and it took a while, but we eventually got what was in there chasing these shad to bite, and it was not what we were expecting to hit. Oh. I don't think that's a bass. That might just be a tighten that down a little bit. What in the world did I catch? Is that a giant catfish? Might have a giant catfish on. Loosen that drag up. Whatever you are, you're huge. That's a giant blue catfish. Holy crap. Ugh. I just caught about a 10-pound catfish on crankbait. Okay guys, that's a monster catfish. Is that a channel catfish or a blue? I can't really tell. Okay, let's see if we can get this hook out of the net. I think you might have what I've got. Okay guys, did not expect to catch this on my crankbait. That's a big catfish. That might be the biggest I've ever caught. I'm not sure what kind he is. Maybe y'all can tell me. He looks like either, I know he's either a blue or a channel catfish, but big catfish. That's what I just caught. 27 and a half, 28 inches. I guess that was what was out here chasing all those shad up on the top. Because I was like, that doesn't look like bass. It was way too big and they didn't have the right coloring. Now let's see if I can get rid of this here slime. Oh! Well, I got something. He's down in the tree. Come on, come on, come out of there. Come on out of there, please. Come on. No, no. Oh, he's loose. He's loose. He's loose. That's a big fish. That's a big fish. There is no way this is a bass. I can't even turn its head, Clyde. It's not spinning though. He still got me in the tree. That's part of the problem. There we go. Now we're loose. Now we're loose. Now we're loose. Nope. Now we're back in the tree. There's the leader. There's the leader. Yep. Big old catfish. Monster. He took that old monster worm. Ah. Can't get him up. Back over here. Look at that. That looks like a flathead. No, it's not a flathead. You think it could be a channel? Because he's brown, but it's not a flathead. He bent my hook, I think. Oh, holy crap. What did you catch him on? Old monster worm. Really? I got mine on a shallow diving crank. He's 29 inches. 29 inches, is he a channel? Maybe. Okay, folks. There you go, my first fish of the day. This humongous cat here. 29 inches, back he goes. Doggone it.
got me all excited. Thought I had a monster bass. I gotta check out my setup now. See how badly he messed that up. No, he didn't bend my hook. Boy, he slimed me though.
Is that a catfish? There's a bunch of catfish up in here that are grabbing stuff. That was another channel cat, it looked like. That another catfish? Yep, that's another catfish. Holy crap. Oh! Another channel cat. Looky there. I don't think he's quite as big. Whoa, boy. Let's see if I can get the fish grips on him. Oh, there he goes. Another big old channel catfish on a crankbait. Won't complain, that was fun. What we discovered was back in this cove eating this monstrous school of shad were giant channel catfish. Now, we've had channel catfish chasing shad on Loudon before, but they're generally much smaller, usually 10 to 12 inches this time of year. But this school that we found on Melton Hill was being chased by big channel cats. The smallest one that we caught was just under 20 inches, and the two big ones, the 28-inch one that I caught and the 29-inch one my dad caught, are both big enough to be recognized as trophies by the Tennessee Angler Recognition Program. So we will both be getting certificates recognizing that. Further, my dad has caught now his 5th trophy fish for tarp, which means he'll be getting the level 1 master angler certificate. And once we get that in, we'll be doing a video showing how he got there and showing off the certificate and the badge that comes with it. Melton Hill is well known for producing big fish, big catfish, big striped bass, and big muskie. It's not necessarily known as a big largemouth or smallmouth lake, but it does produce big quality fish. And once the shad went deep and the catfish stopped biting, the largemouth started catching fire for the next couple of hours.
There's something. That's a largemouth. There we go. He ain't a monster, but I think he's scoreable. All right, first. All right. Just make a fool of yourself. First one of the day is going to be 13 3/4. There's another one. I don't know if he'll score. Oh. I don't even know if you're 12 inches. You ain't much bigger than a worm. $11 3/4. Will you almost help me? There we go. But you ain't scoreable. Not even close. Well.
I think that's a largemouth. Yes, it is. He might be a keeper size. Let's get him in the boat just in case. Don't want him to flip off. There we go. There we go. Oh, nope, he ain't getting out of there. I've had that happen too many times. He might be right at 12, I think. Now, if you'll just... see what we got here. Oh, he is 12 and a half. So we got our first keeper here. Took a little while. I had to get through all the catfish. But caught my first keeper largemouth, 12 and a half inches. Let's go catch 2 more, just keepers, and then we'll start focusing on getting something bigger. That's a largemouth. He just might be 12. I think he's gonna be 12 exactly, so I'm gonna go ahead and submit him. Back he goes. Nope, that's a fish. I wonder if we can get 12 out of him. We might be able to squeeze 12 out of him. Let's see, can we squeeze? Nope, 11. This guy's short, but we're gonna let him go. But hit the Ned rig right underneath this boat dock. There we go. That's probably that's a bigger one. Gotcha. Let's keep those hooks out of the net. Why don't you? What you say, buddy? Oh, he just broke my line. I'm glad he was in the net. Oh. Ow, come on. All right, so we got exactly 15. So that's a 15. That's the biggest keeper so far for me. So I've got my limit now, but 2 of them are really small. We really need to replace both of those, 12 and the 12 and a half. Oh, he let go of it, dang it. I don't think he was big enough to keep though. At this point in the day, it's about halfway through the tournament. We've been fishing for 4 hours. We had a couple of hours of really nice catfish bites, and then we had a couple of really good hours of largemouth bites, but then it really died off. We didn't catch much of anything for the second half of the day, and it got kind of frustrating. I did catch one thing, though, on the second half of the day. Did I catch a rock? I caught a rock! Guys, I caught a rock. Look at that. Yes, I managed to catch a rock with my crankbait. If I had a nickel for every time that's happened, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's very weird that it happened twice. Now, my dad did catch the very last fish of the day. He's the only one that caught one in the second half, and here it is.
Well, that's disappointing.
We did struggle in the second half of the tournament, but I think that's primarily because we did not have time to prep for it. We didn't know we qualified for the Classic, so we did not get to pre-fish for it. So I'm very happy with how we did, considering we didn't get to go out and try this section of the lake. In fact, we've only ever fished Melton Hill twice before this, so it's a pretty good day going in completely unprepared. Normally, we would have taken time because it was still the mid-summer heat, very hot. We would have gone out and found some kind of deep structure that we could fish later in the day, but we couldn't find anything. And what little structure we found and what points we fished that were in deeper water were not productive. So the second half of the day really didn't work out for us, but the first half was a lot of fun, and we did catch a good amount of largemouth. I ended up in 13th place with 39.5 inches. That's out of 26 anglers. And my dad Ended up in 19th place with 27 inches out of 26 again. So it was a good day overall. We really enjoyed it. We enjoyed going to meet up afterward, and we're really looking forward to fishing next season for TNKATT. What we've got coming up next is a highlight reel from another trip we made to the river in about the middle of September. We're really looking forward to sharing that with you. We love going out and fishing for smallmouth. This video's format was a little bit different. I wanted to give a little bit more of the story of how the day went on and not necessarily just the highlights. I wanted to say what our thinking was, give a little bit of an explanation of how we were going through the tournament and what our strategy was. So let me know in the comments below if you like this format. I'm going to work on it a little bit more, try to get a little bit more of the story and an explanation of why we're doing what we're doing and what our thought process was throughout the day, because we don't always capture that when we're out on the water. We get really focused on making sure we're catching fish, especially if there's any chance that we could finish in the top 5. We really get focused and we're fishing hard, and we tend to forget we've got cameras on our head. So if you enjoy this, let me know. If there's some things I could change, let me know in the comments below, and I'll work on that for next season. But we will continue to do the standard highlight reels, just showing the day and the trip and the documentary and the comments that we make on the water. But again, thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. We really hope you've enjoyed it. We loved this TNKATT season. It's the first one we fished almost for regularly throughout the entire year. So we're really looking forward to seeing how we do next year with the knowledge that we have obtained through this. But I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one.